Guys, we did it. We reached 500 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support to my channel. Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. My name is Lon and thank you so much for stopping by today's video. So today's video is part of the 5 under 5 DIY challenge. And in this video, I'm going to make 5 DIYs and they're all going to be under $5. You definitely want to stay to the end to see if I met the expectations of the challenge. So this very first DIY is so easy that I'm ashamed to say that it's a DIY because it's that easy. If you know how to paint, you can definitely make this DIY. And even if you don't know how to paint, then you can always just paint it and distress it and it's immediately farmhouse decor. But all I did was apply 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. Now, a couple weeks ago, I purchased some poster prints from Target in the bullseye spot, and that is exactly what I'm going to do for this for my insert for this frame. Now, I thought it was really cool because this particular pack right here I'm not going to use, but I want to show you how many prints you can get in this one pack. So this one pack had 5 different sizes in it, and it was only $1. And so like the biggest one was an 8 by 10 and the smallest one was like I think a 3.5 by 3.25 by 3.25. Either way, it's a really great deal if you want to try to take your hand at a gallery wall, and again, they're only $1. I'm going to use the one that says yes girl yes because I feel like it just really speaks to my soul. And I'm just gonna take this one and cut it out, and I'm just gonna put it in that frame. Guys, when I tell you this, I was truly ashamed to say this was a DIY, but I did paint the frame, so technically I did it myself. I don't know. I mean, y'all comment below, let me know if this was considered a DIY or not. Now, once I got this open, I was really expecting a very flimsy piece of paper, but I was really surprised. It was a nice heavy weighted cardstock. So guys, again, this was a really great purchase. And because my frame, when I purchased it, was at a landscape and I wanted to turn it vertical, I removed this little hanger and I put it towards the top of the frame using some E6000 and my hot glue gun. And I will say, if you hear some thundering in the background, I am terribly sorry, but I'm really trying to get this video with the voiceover on it, and it is thundering outside, so I'm trying to do it in between the thundering. So again, I apologize if you hear that in the background. That is what you're hearing. So guys, by shopping at my local thrift store, I got this frame for $1.49, and the print, it was 2 in there for $1, so that was 50 cents. So this total project was only $1.99, and I love the way this piece turned out. Today's challenge, it is a 5 under 5 DIY challenge. It is hosted by Missy from Crafty Cove and Emily from Farm Charm Chic. For your convenience, I have linked their channels in the description box below, as well as the playlist for today's challenge. For this next DIY, I'm using this Grateful, Thankful, and Blessed frame that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. And even though I am all of those things, I am not going to keep this frame in this state. I do like how it looks like a little bit of wood, and I had my mother-in-law in mind for this particular project because she does love the farmhouse decor. I just simply remove the backing and the glass in there. If you choose to do this project, be very careful when you're removing this glass because it easily slips out once that backing is removed. Going in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster again. By the way, this whole video is frames and this whole video is plaster chalk paint. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if my mom was just thinking everything needed to be plaster and everything needed to be a frame, but nonetheless, I am going to wow you with each one of these DIYs. Once I applied the 2 coats of chalk paint, I saw that it had like the little lines were showing through, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I can kind of accentuate those. So I went in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant, and I just painted in the crevice a little bit more to bring that out. So if you're stopping by my channel from the playlist, then hello, my name is Lon. I create affordable DIYs on a budget. I also do thrift flips. If that's something that you like to see, then I hope that you would consider subscribing to my channel. And if you know someone that likes this type of content, I hope that you would share my channel with them. And if you've already been living life with Lon, thank you so much for returning and for your continued support to my channel. So I picked up this pack of letters from Michael's the other day, and they were $2.99, and of course I had a 20% coupon, so a little bit less than that. My reasoning for using these wood cutouts was to personalize a frame for my mother-in-law. Now, sometimes we have family members or friends whose names are to be purchased within the store. So wood cutouts, stencils, and stickers are a great way to personalize items for a gift. The name Granny is not a name that you see in the stores very often. You may have like a Meemaw or a Mamaw. Those are names that you don't see very often in the stores. So you have to be creative with your eyes, and these little guys come in handy. Now I'm going in and I'm arranging the letters to make sure that they will fit on the lower half of the frame. Guys, don't forget to check out the playlist. There are so many talented creators on this playlist that you do not want to miss out. These flowers were a Michael's purchase also. I picked these up because I liked the way they looked and I thought they were really cute and colorful, and they were only $1.49. So you can't go wrong with that. For this particular project, I'm going to use the pink one. It's kind of like paper, and I'm not really familiar with the solar wood flowers, but I feel it's not like a regular flower that you would get out of the Dollar Tree or in the floral department. It's almost kind of like paper, but it's not paper. It's heavier. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but they are very good quality, and I thought they made this frame stand out. Next, I'm just going to go in with a very thin paintbrush. It is not a chippy brush, but it almost kind of resembles it. And I'm just going in with that with some Waverly chalk paint in the color gray, and I'm dabbing around the edges of this frame to give it a little distressing. Here's the finished project. I actually went back over the frame a little heavier with the distressing. I distressed the name as well. I think this frame came out really great, and it's super cute, and I think I'm going to put a picture of the grandkids in this for my mother-in-law. got this sign from the Dollar Tree. I'm showing you a way that you can get this wording off. So I tried acetone, I tried alcohol, I tried a lot of things prior to, and then of course I got on the old web and I saw someone using a razor blade and I was like, genius. So basically the words to this sign will come off if you use a razor blade. And it's super easy to do. You just got to be really careful to not cut yourself and to not dig too deep because you don't want to scratch the glass. Once it is off, all you have to do is just go in and wipe off any excess peelings and put whatever you want on the side. So once I got the words off, I went in with some painter's tape and I taped the edges down because I knew that the black frame was going to be a little too hard for the project that I wanted to make. After I taped everything down, I gave this frame 2 coats of what color? Plaster. Yep, we talked about this already. And just kind of arranging them and playing around with which way I wanted the colors to start. And then I went in with my hot glue and my E6000 because this is a piece that I'm going to give away, and so that's why I'm giving the reinforcement of the E6000. If it were something that I were going to have in my home, I would probably just use hot glue because if they fall off, then I could just reattach those. This project does not look like it cost $3.98. It actually has a high-end look to it. But tell me guys, what do you think? Comment below. Got this frame from the Goodwill for $1.49. I took it apart after I washed it up really well, gave it 2 coats of chalk paint and the color plaster. I found this piece of scrapbooking paper. It's pink wood planks scrapbooking paper at Michael's for 99¢. After cutting this out, I went in with some Mod Podge to secure it to the backing. Now I know there's a love-hate relationship for a lot of people with Mod Podge, but it always works so well for me. I just put it on and I wait for it to dry thoroughly. Sometimes the paper will bubble up, but most of the time it always settles back down perfectly. It appears that I did not put enough Mod Podge on this particular corner, but don't you worry, I went back and added more. So I made this printout on my computer and I noticed that I put a period instead of a comma, but it's nothing a little Sharpie marker cannot fix. As a little girl growing up, I remember going to my grandmother's house and she had this little saying in her home that said, "If mom says no, ask grandma." So I thought it'd be super cute if I made one for my mother. I know that this is going to bring back a lot of memories for her. So mom, if you're watching this video, please act super surprised when you receive this gift. Now, to keep this piece from looking like a piece of paper cutout, I went in and I sized it down to match the planks within the scrapbooking paper. Going in with just a teeny bit of Mod Podge. Now, when I stuck this down, I immediately said this looks like it was glued on. So I went in with some elephant chalk paint by Waverly, and I outlined the borders. So this is how it turned out once I outlined it. I think it's pretty good for a freehand. What do you guys think? So guys, I went in and I did some distressing. I don't know if I showed you guys that part, but I just took an 80 grit sandpaper and scratched up the edges to match that plank. And I changed that period to a comma, and this was the finished result. Not bad for $2.48, huh? This final project is a house frame that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Going in with 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. If you've made it to this portion of the video, drop a house emoji in the comments for me. After putting the frame back together, I realized that it was a little bit bland. So I went in with some jute twine, wrapped it around the bottom twice, and one of the metal hearts that I had left over from Valentine's Day. Then I made a very simple jute bow by wrapping the twine around my fingers about 4 to 5 times. Going in with some brown acrylic paint and a damp paper towel, I tapped the edges of the heart to give it a faux rust look. If you're on Instagram, follow me over there. You can find me at livinglifewithlon_. There are some times I will post on that platform versus this one, so you don't want to miss out. And did you guys notice that I was using both of my hands to finish this project? My dominant hand, yes, is right, but I do sometimes use my left. Comment below if you have that gift. For $1, I think this project turned out really great. Again, I used my computer for this printout. Personally, I like this Bible verse, but you could also put a picture. Well guys, that's the end of today's video. Thank you again so much to Missy and Emily for hosting this challenge. Don't forget to check the playlist in the description box below so you can see the other creators and their creations. And thank you again for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.